Hey guys, okay, so now let's get started with the tutorial. Basically, right now my face is freshly washed, so it has nothing on it. Um, my eyebrows, I just did them, and you could tell that I have concealer up top and the bottom, so they're ready to go. And I just want to start off by saying everybody's skin is different. So my skin is oily, like normal kind of oily. The only places I get oily is around my T-zone area and then a little bit on my upper lip. So those are the places that I usually struggle with. Other than that, my face is it's pretty easy to handle, thankfully. I don't really have a lot of problems with it or anything like that. Lately my forehead isn't breaking out. You could tell that there's like some dark areas up here, but other than that, it seems to be okay. So, and excuse my nails, they're kind of in a drying process. So yeah, but I want to start talking about moisturizing. So, I like to use Nivea moisturizers. They're like really cheap. I put foundation on it, don't mind that. They're like really cheap. They're like 99 cents, and I'm actually running out, but they're white, and yeah, it's like basically gone. But the reason why I like this is I like creamy moisturizers, and I feel like they keep my face moisturized throughout the day. So I'm gonna actually put a little bit on here on my face. I use this moisturizer in the summer and in the winter. Even though my face, I'm just gonna rub it between my hands and then just apply it going upwards, because you always want to apply moisturizer going upwards, because if you tug on your skin, then throughout years your skin's gonna be prone to sagging. So just keep moisturizing up, making sure not to touch my brows. And then you kind of want to concentrate a little bit up here, keeping things nice and moisturized, corners of our noses and things of that nature. What I will say about moisturizers is some people have really sensitive skin, so they may not be able to use Nivea. I use it because I've been using it since I was like as early as I can remember, probably like 6 or 7, and I'm 19 now and I still use it. So it's kind of been growing up with me, and it's usually been like okay with my face, so I just use it. But the one thing is, you don't want to use something too oily during the summer if you have oily skin, because that's just going to add to it. Matter of fact, you don't want to use oily substances if you have oily skin. And then if you have dry skin, you're going to want to use something with oil or heavy moisturizer base on it, so that you can keep your foundation and your face looking nice and dewy. So the foundation I will be using is Revlon 24 Hours Color Stay, and I will be applying that with my Sigma F80 brush. I have a review for this brush. It's an amazing brush. I have a review for it, and I will leave the link in this description box below if you want to check it out. So I usually open this. The only thing I hate about this foundation is it has no pump, so I usually have to use my hand if it comes out. So this much is good. As you could tell, this is a little bit more orange than my skin tone, but I like to wear foundations that are a little bit like darker than my skin tone, because I think it matches my neck better. So I'm gonna take my fingers and then just do that. And I have a mirror right here, which is why if I look over here, that's exactly why. So I'm just gonna take this, and then you want to get all the way back to your hairline. Just keep doing circular motions everywhere. And then actually, when you're doing circular motions, are actually preferable to do foundations, because some people have really big pores right here, and if you just do that, it just kind of makes the pores more visible. But if you actually buff the foundation into the skin, the pores won't be as visible. So you just want to With this foundation, you kind of have to work very quickly because it's color stay. So as soon as you kind of put it on your skin, kind of stains it almost, which is kind of weird, but it stays on your skin, so I'm not complaining. And you kind of want to take that down to your neck a little bit so it won't look like you are wearing a mask. And then I like to concentrate some right here and on my upper lids, especially on my everyday foundation routines where I don't really feel like wearing eyeshadow. I just like to wear this, and then I'm gonna take the rest down my nose. And now I'm gonna see if everything is nice and blended. Yes, everything seems to be fine now. And just fix my brows. So, yep. If you have any leftovers, just put it in places you think you need more coverage on. Sometimes I like to put it all over my lips because when I put on, if I'm gonna put on lipstick, because that way it just makes it so that I have like a really long-lasting lipstick. So I'm gonna take a napkin and just wipe off the excess with my hands, or you could use makeup remover. It's totally up to you. Now I'm going to use the NYX HD Photogenic Concealer under my eyes. Since this is like I'm doing a very like, you know, not your normal day, kind of very like special event type of makeup, I'm going to be doing a little bit of highlighting down the bridge of my nose. So I'll put some concealer here, so kind of like that. And then the bottom, some people like to do that whole triangle situation. I've done it before, but I just like to take a few like that, just places I feel like I need a little bit of help on. And then once that's on, I take my ring finger and I just blend that out. And I actually take a little bit of that concealer to the upper part of my eye. So now it looks a little crazy, but once we blend everything out, everything should be okay. As you could tell, the concealer on my nose kind of started creating this illusion of making my nose seem a little bit thinner than what it is. I don't really care to have my nose thinner. I think my nose is fine, but if you just want to do that, you're fine. Now I'm going to take the brush that I was using to mix my foundation earlier, and then I'm just going to go over everything so everything is nice and seamlessly blended out, so you could tell the difference. One looks crazy and one looks semi-normal. And yeah, so maybe go over that a little bit, and that's it. And then to kind of just conclude everything, like your whole face situation, I'm going to use a powder brush from Beige Cosmetics, and then I'm going to use pressed powder from Nearly Naked Revlon. This line is actually pretty good. I didn't know how I was going to feel about it. You just want to take your, and just tap off the excess and just kind of go over the rest of your face. You don't want to go over this too much because you were just highlighting, but you can do the tops of your eyes, sides of your nose, chin, forehead is a must. And yeah, so after that, that's your powder. I like to go the extra mile and make sure my makeup stays on for the longest time possible. So my favorite new product is the NYX Dewy Velvet Finish Long Lasting Setting Spray. It's a setting spray and it gives you a dewy finish. So I'm going to take this a few inches from my face and I'm just going to spray it. It tastes really bad. And then, so yeah, now it kind of looks really shiny right now, but in person it gives a really nice finish. So this concludes the foundation aspect of the video. If you want to know how to contour, highlight, and how to do your blushes, or if you want to see how I do them, then make sure to continue watching the second part of the video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!